Thank you for watching. Step into a world of wonder and imagination with the Rental Library, a charming tale written by Mukhtar Ahmed, filled with kindness, mystery, and meaningful life lessons. We invite you to explore more delightful stories on our channel, where brave princes, kind-hearted princesses, clever fairies, and curious young detectives come to life. Each story is crafted with care, carrying messages of friendship, family, and strong moral values that touch the heart. Subscribe now and let the magic of storytelling brighten your day. All rights reserved. The Rental Library by Mukhtar Ahmed. When Sohail passed the 8th grade and moved on to the 9th, his parents were overjoyed. Most of Sohail's relatives lived far away, but two of his uncles lived in the same city and shared a home. The elder uncle was married, while the younger one was still single. When Sohail's father called to share the good news, they said they would visit on Sunday to congratulate him in person. Hearing of their upcoming visit, Sohail's mother became very happy and started preparing to welcome them. On Sunday, she cooked pilaf, sweet saffron rice, and kebabs. The aroma of delicious food filled the house. For dessert, she made a creamy pudding topped with pistachios and almonds. She had been busy preparing everything since noon. Sohail helped his mother with various tasks, which made things much easier for her. It was one of his best qualities. He always lent a hand with household chores. After everything was ready, Sohail bathed, changed into clean clothes, and waited for the guests. Around 5 p.m., he said to his mother, "You've done an amazing job. These dishes smell so good. Since it's summer, if we had cold water, it would be perfect. If you allow me, I can get some chilled water from Amjad's house. They have a big fridge." His mother replied, "No, dear. I don't think it's right to trouble others. Besides, we should learn not to ask others for things we don't have. It affects our dignity. I filled the clay pot with water this morning. It stays nice and cool in there. We could have bought a fridge too, but the money we'd saved had to be spent elsewhere. Now that you're in 9th grade, God willing, you'll finish matric in 2 years. I'll start saving again for your future studies." Hearing this, Sohail fell silent. He knew how hard his father worked and how his entire salary went towards household expenses and his education. His mother had endured many sacrifices. Years had passed, yet she rarely made new clothes. Even his father had only 3 or 4 good office outfits. His shoes were worn out, but he still made do with them. Sohail resolved to study with complete dedication. Once he finished school and secured a good job, he would fill their home with every comfort and never let his parents suffer again. At 7 p.m., the guests arrived. They placed flower garlands around Sohail's neck and gave him 500 rupees as a gift. They also brought sweets. Sohail thanked them warmly. His aunt was delighted with his success. She placed her hand lovingly on his head and showered him with prayers. The arrival of both uncles and his aunt filled the house with joy. Sohail's father was very happy to see his brothers. He took them to the drawing room for a chat, while Sohail's aunt began helping his mother set the table. Sohail was also in the drawing room. His younger uncle, Khalid, mentioned he had gotten a job in Dubai and would be leaving in a week or 10 days. When he noticed the small rack holding Sohail's storybooks, he was delighted. He told Sohail that he too had loved reading storybooks as a child and had owned hundreds, most of which he'd bought by saving his pocket money. Hearing about the hundreds of books, Sohail's eyes lit up with excitement. He slid closer to Uncle Khalid on the sofa and looked at him eagerly. Seeing Sohail's interest, Uncle Khalid smiled and said, Well, Sohail, I'll be moving to Dubai soon. I've read those books many times over. Before I leave, I'll give them all to you. You clearly love books, and that's a wonderful passion to have. Every child should develop it. To gain knowledge, we must make reading a habit. Always remember, books give us all kinds of information, and that knowledge greatly boosts our confidence. With confidence, we can hold intelligent conversations with anyone on any topic. Confidence is the key to success. It opens new paths in life. Sohail replied, "Thank you so much, Uncle Khalid. I never imagined I'd have so many books." He continued, "I've been collecting storybooks for a long time, but I've only gathered 27 so far. Children's books are quite expensive. When I go with Papa to Sadar, I buy second-hand books from roadside stalls. They're more affordable." "I'm really happy to see your love for reading," Uncle Khalid said. "Sadly, not many children read or write much these days. Back in our time, publishers like Pharaoh's Sons, Sheikh Ghulam Ali and Sons, and Maktaba Al-Quraish regularly published children's books. They had dedicated writing teams. You'll really enjoy those books." Sohail's eyes sparkled with joy again. After a moment, he said, "Uncle Khalid, if you allow me, I'd like to open a children's library. There isn't a single library, not even for adults, in our whole area, maybe even the whole city. After school, kids just wander the streets until evening. There aren't any parks left. They just roam aimlessly, and many pick up bad habits, like chewing sweet supari with tobacco. Only careless boys like to stay outside and get involved in such things," Uncle Khalid replied. "It's not the behavior of responsible children. They end up falling behind in their studies. Opening a library is a wonderful idea. Your efforts might inspire others to love reading too. Back in our time, rental libraries were everywhere. We'd borrow books and enjoy them." The guests eventually left, but that night, Sohail couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the books Uncle Khalid had promised. Finally, the day came. 2 days before Uncle Khalid's departure to Dubai, a Suzuki van arrived at their house carrying 4 wooden shelves and piles of books. Seeing so many books, Sohail's mother was stunned. "Sohail, my dear, where will we keep all these? Our house only has 2 rooms, and they're already full." Sohail's father noticed how happy the books made him. He said, "Don't worry. Before we moved in, the gallery area of the house was a small grocery shop. These days, we just store junk there. Let's clear it out and give the scrap away. Sohail's books can go there." The next week was spent cleaning and setting up the space. Sohail's father even had it painted and arranged a tube light. A small table and chair from the house were also placed there. Sohail neatly arranged the wooden racks and carefully placed the books on them. Over the next 2 weeks, he prepared a catalog listing all the books. He also made a register to record the names and addresses of children renting them. He also made a colorful sign from a big plastic sheet, painted "Children's Library" on it, and proudly hung it on the library wall. On the library's opening day, Sohail hosted a Quran recitation and invited his friends. Afterward, prayers were offered and sweets were distributed. After lunch, he rolled up the shutter of the small shop that opened to the street. And just like that, the library was open. Sohail proudly sat at his desk. For the children, it was a magical sight. They loved storybooks but couldn't afford to buy them. Now, for just 5 rupees, they could rent a book for 24 hours. A wave of joy spread among them. Soon, Sohail's library was buzzing with children. They would browse the register, select books, and Sohail would note their names, addresses, and dates. Word quickly spread to nearby neighborhoods. More children arrived. Sohail barely had time to scratch his head. Neighbors noticed the streets were quieter. The children who once loitered now read happily at home. Parents were thrilled. Some fathers came to the library to personally thank Sohail for encouraging their children to read and study. Within days, Sohail's children's library became widely popular. About 20 to 25 books were being borrowed daily. By month's end, he had saved a decent amount. One day, he went with his father to Urdu Bazaar, a large marketplace for books. There, he bought magazines like Naunihayal, Tali Motabiat, Fool, Bachon Ki Duniya, Bachon Ka Baag, Aankh Micholi, Anokhi Kahaniyan, Jugnu, and more. This became a monthly routine. Even with the library, Sohail never neglected his studies. He followed a strict schedule: school, prayer, lunch, chores, and opening the library at 3 p.m. He'd close briefly for Asr prayer and reopen, staying open until the Maghrib call to prayer. No matter the weather, the library opened on time every day. At night, after dinner, Sohail would study until midnight. His mother began to worry. One day, she said to his father, "Sohail has burdened himself too much. He never rests. Please talk to him. Ask him to shut the library and be a normal boy again." "I'm very proud of him," said Sohail's father. "My friends praise his efforts. They say their children have become polite, organized, and motivated to study. Books have changed them. Why should I stop him?" Sohail's mother was moved but replied, "I just worry his studies might suffer. Sohail is responsible. I often see his light on late at night. He studies diligently. These books have not only helped other kids but shaped Sohail too." She had no answer and fell silent. 2 years passed quietly. Sohail passed grade 10 with excellent marks. His mother was thrilled, but his father was worried about college expenses. Even if he managed the admission fee, how would he afford books and supplies? Sohail noticed his concern. That night after dinner, he said, "Uncle Khalid was so kind to give me his books. Because of them, I started this library." His mother lowered her head. His father looked at him curiously. Sohail smiled and said, "I realized 2 years ago that we might struggle with college expenses. So, from my library's earnings, I used half to buy more books and saved the other half. I've managed to save about 50,000 rupees." He handed his mother a bag. "This is the result of my hard work." She opened the bag in surprise. It was filled with currency notes. His father stared in disbelief. "I never needed to spend money at school," Sohail said. "You supported me through every grade. So I saved every rupee carefully. Now we can pay for college, buy my supplies, and even get new clothes and shoes for both of you. Papa, from now on, you don't need to worry about my education. The library is doing well. I'm proud I could support you, even in a small way." His mother hugged him tightly and kissed his forehead. Tears welled up in Sohail's eyes as he quietly left for his room. His father, overwhelmed, said, "Books bring wisdom. Sohail has always been a friend to books. That's why he's so thoughtful and mature. He understood our struggles even before we spoke of them. I'm truly proud of him." His mother, hiding the money in her shawl, whispered, "My child has done something extraordinary. May Allah always keep him happy. He never even let us worry." I pray every child becomes like Sohail, so considerate and responsible. Children like him bring joy to their parents' hearts. Her voice trembled with emotion. After a pause, she added, "Thank God, who lifted such a heavy burden from our lives." In that humble little library, a new chapter of hope had quietly begun.